of things I want to just really quickly say is that Mazon is unique in its work that we believe that the response to hunger must include a advocacy and policy focus. And so that's why today we're actually very happy to be joined by Rachel Cahill, who is the guest author of the report that is in front of you. And this, I think, is a great example of the kind of response that we believe in. Is that there has to be thoughtful understanding of the causes, which will get you into an experience of what This Is Hunger is sharing about the stories, the kind of people, the faces, and who they are. But there's also needs to be thoughtfulness in understanding the solution that we present and that we participate in. And so Mazon supports and works to engage people in advocacy and in policy solutions.
More hungry Americans than there are Canadians. It just doesn't. So Mazon was, I know, right? It makes you want to laugh. It's incomprehensible. So Mazon was like, we need to put a face on this number, right? How do we do that? And so through a lot of different amazing people and a lot of work, this came together. So this segment is to give us a better understanding of who it is in our country who struggles with hunger and why, right? It's going to put a face on that number. Now, you're probably more familiar with these narratives than an average American, but I'm sure you'll still appreciate it.
For all my life, since I was 17 years old, I've served my country, been responsible, reliable, dependable, accountable. I went to work every day, did what I was supposed to do. Now I'm faced here, worried about feeding my family.
My job, particularly as the organizer nationally, is that I actually help train and teach communities, local Jewish communities and other Jewish organizations, how to actually advocate for programs that are available to them. So just to give you some example, some of you might have heard recently that there's a lot of talk right now about school meals where children are going through their school lunch and they're actually turned away or having their food dumped because they can't make payments, even if they have subsidized lunch or reduced price lunch. That's been one of the news stories up front. Mazon actually started that work 4 years ago in Minnesota, where we launched a campaign that eliminated the turn away, shaming, and debt collecting practices. And guess who was actually leading that campaign? It was a synagogue in Minnetonka that did the research, wrote the language of the bill, advocated and lobbied for the funding from the state that got $8 million in the state budget to pay for all the reduced price lunch for 62,000 families and kids in the state of Minnesota. That work has to be done by somebody, and we believe that communities like the Jewish community, synagogues, other organizations should be leading that work.